From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that both Hamas and Israel have signed off on the initial phase of a plan aimed at ending the war in Gaza. Reporter Josh Einiger has the story.
It was in the middle of an unrelated press event with President Trump that breakthrough first came to light.
I was just given a note by the Secretary of State.
The note, snapped by an eagle-eyed photojournalist. "We need you to approve a Truth Social post soon," it read, "so you can announce deal first."
Peace for the Middle East. It's a beautiful phrase, and we hope it's going to come true, but it's very close.
Not long after came the president's post, confirmed quickly by Israel and Hamas.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has responded to news that Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a Gaza peace plan. Canadian press reporter Rob Westgate has the update.
On social media platform X, the Prime Minister offered his congratulations to U.S. President Donald Trump for orchestrating the deal. He also thanked Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey for their tireless work to support the negotiations. Now, the initial phase of the U.S.-backed peace plan calls for Hamas to release all of the 20 living hostages, and for Israel to pull its troops in Gaza back to an agreed-upon line.
Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand is urging that humanitarian aid be allowed into Gaza immediately and without any obstructions. A new report says influencers and not news outlets or politicians dominated the online conversation in the spring federal election. Angus Bridgman, director of the Media Ecosystem Observatory, says influencers were the most active in terms of frequency and volume of online posts.
Not only are the most active, they also are the ones that get the most engagement. This is new to this election, materially different.
Doctors say U.S. President Donald Trump's unfounded warning recently to pregnant women that taking Tylenol could cause autism in their baby is a harmful revival of mom blaming.
So taking Tylenol is not good.
Pediatric neurologist Dr. Evdokia Anagnostou says large, well-designed studies have shown no link between Tylenol and autism. She says Trump's fear-mongering statement reminds her of an era starting in the 1940s when psychiatrists subscribed to the refrigerator mother theory. It blamed mothers for causing their children's autism because they were emotionally cold. That idea was debunked long ago. And the Toronto Blue Jays are moving on to the American League Championship Series after beating the New York Yankees in Game 4 of their divisional series. The Jays posted a 5-2 win last night, and fan Charles Nguyen says he's pumped for what's coming.
Super excited. They're going to the ALCS. Great job by Hoffman. I'm super excited.
Jeff Hoffman was the 8th in a string of relief pitchers Toronto used and got the game's last 4 outs to get the save. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays are moving on to the Final Four of Major League Baseball's playoffs after beating the New York Yankees 5-2 last night to win the American League Division Series in 4 games. Toronto pounded out 12 hits and used a bullpen game to hold off the Yankees in their home park. Slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was thrilled.
It's amazing. I don't know how words to explain how I feel right now.
Toronto will host Game 1 in the best-of-7 ALCS Sunday against either Detroit or Seattle. In the National League Division Series, the LA Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers failed to clinch their respective series, and they'll play their Game 4s tonight. The Ottawa Senators, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Vancouver Canucks all open their NHL seasons tonight. Vancouver's will be a home opener against Calgary. Calgary beat Edmonton last night 4-3 in a shootout, while the Toronto Maple Leafs opened with a 5-2 win over rival Montreal. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.